Gordon back to the line.
White flag.
White flag and 1 lap to go. Earnhardt coming back on the outside. Bodine gets into it. Strickland gets into it. This is the finish.
Did we say 5 cars had a shot at it? Get ready, because it's coming to the wire. There's Jarrett in front.
Jarrett pulling back in front. Bodine comes down to the inside. Jeff Bodine, the 86 champion, trying to find some room.
Come on, Dale. Go, baby, go. All right, come on. I know he's got it to the floorboard. He can't do any more. Come on, take it to the inside. Don't let him get on the inside of you coming around this turn. Here he comes, Earnhardt. It's the Dale and Dale show as we come off of turn 4. You know who I'm pulling for. It's Dale Jarrett. Bring her to the inside, Dale. Don't let him get down there. He's going to make it. Dale Jarrett's going to win the Daytona 500. All right. Oh, look at Martha. Oh, dear. Oh, can you believe it? Way to go.
Hey.
Man. Did you teach him to drive that race car? Oh. You think she'll get out of the van, or you're going to go get her out, Ned? Oh, that poor girl, she needs help.
Happy Valentine's Day, Mrs. Jarrett.
Earnhardt third, back straightaway. Jarrett pulling away. Ooh, in the wall. The Waltrip brothers. Darrell and Michael tear them up. This will be for the finish. Coming down, it will be white and yellow coming to the line. The winner is going to be Jarrett. Second is going to be Shepard. And coming home third this afternoon.
Sure put those spotters right up on top. All 42 of them. White flag is down, and this is it. For the money, is there enough fuel left in Joe Gibbs' car number 18 to take Bobby Labonte to victory lane? 4 cars out of fuel in these final moments. Sterling Marlin slowing down. He's come out of fuel. He's dropping back, and he's headed on the pit road now.
They told him he was
running third. You have deja vu.
Here comes Bobby Labonte for the checkered flag.
Checkered flag is down, and the winner of the 1995 Coca-Cola 600 is Bobby Labonte. Waited a long time for this one to come together. Former Grand National star in 1991.
Dale Jarrett closing in there. Here's that battle for the lead. Down to it. Last lap. In the Irish Hills of Michigan, there's a 4-leaf clover for somebody today. 13 in the lead lap as we get down to the finish of this one. Gordon in a rush to the outside. Labonte holding him off as they get down into turn 3 where you pinch him just a little step off. Here's Gordon coming to the inside. Does he have enough?
He ain't gonna make it this day. Nope. Labonte's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Dale Jarrett looks like he's blown coming off of turn 4.
At the line.
Yeah.
The 27th annual Michigan 400.
He has taken the white flag. He's down in turn 1. Now then, will it last the rest of the way? Bill Elliott still is continuing on. In the McDonald's Ford, his car is still running. Oh, and Elliott's out of fuel. Elliott is out of fuel coming off the second corner. So he will not make it, but he just lacked a half lap. So that means that Bobby Labonte should make it.
And Musgrave's behind him is going to try to push him and help him. You watch for Terry Labonte to go by. And I guess you're not allowed to push while the track is still under green conditions. But Musgrave right back in. Here comes Bobby Labonte to take the checkered flag. Labonte will win it. And now...
Had our part in bringing you all of it, and especially in bringing you this championship race. There's Terry. He's got less than a quarter of a lap to go. Bobby Labonte is in corner number 4 now, coming off of it, and Bobby Labonte wins the race. The checkered flag comes out, and Terry Labonte has become the 1996 NASCAR Winston. Do it once again. We turn our attention now to Bobby Labonte as he brings his Pontiac through the 3rd and 4th corners. Here he is onto the quad oval. Bobby Labonte wins the Napa 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway, concluding well down off the racing surface in the track apron, and it gives the fans here in Atlanta a green flag finish.
Bobby Labonte will get the white flag the next time around. Trying to put another lap on Ted Musgrave, car number 60.
And Burton is in the wall.
Well, tire situation there,
and
you see.
the caution will come out, and the race will end under caution. Here's Bobby Labonte taking the white and the caution. He's going to win his 6th NASCAR Winston Cup event and his 3rd at Atlanta.
Here comes the white flag. One more lap to go. It's Bobby Labonte, Jimmy Spencer, Dale Jarrett, and Terry Labonte as they head for the banking in turns 1 and 2 for the final time today. Now we'll watch the Fords. Will they team up? Pontiac has never won a NASCAR Winston Cup restrictor plate race. Now Jimmy Spencer begins to look to the inside of Bobby Labonte as they travel down the backstretch. But he makes no move.
He tried to make a move. He's got the accelerator pedal on the floor. He's just not able to get the momentum the way he needs to. Here he goes diving down to the inside. Jarrett goes with him. No, he can't quite make it.
Bobby blocks the way to the inside. Now Spencer looks high. He looks low once again. Gets down to the apron of the racetrack. Here comes Bobby Labonte. Spencer tries desperately, but he can't do it. And Bobby Labonte has won.
For Bobby Labonte. He started on the Bud pole. He has never won here at the Monster Mile.
You can almost coast this if he goes into turn 3. I guarantee you, easy on the throttle.
I guess. This will be the 37th race since last he won. Bobby Labonte wins here at Dover Downs International Speedway. Yes, sir. That pays off.
Now the blocking game is on.
It is that. You see him swinging to the inside there. The 18 car of Bobby Labonte. The 24 Jeff Gordon right there. Any little slip right now, and Jeff Gordon would be on him.
Tunnel turn, 1 more quarter to go.
It would be Bobby's first Pocono win in his 13th start here. And the first Pontiac win since 1993. Second win of the year. The Interstate Batteries Pontiac wins at Pocono. Bobby Labonte is heading to victory lane.
Gasoline display today by Tony Stewart. Last lap for this man, Bobby Labonte. A lot of engines smoldering here at the end of this race. As they're deployed, it's Labonte. If that car mechanically hangs together, he'll be there. Showed a lot of patience at midway, and then put it to him when the time came. He's going to get himself a sweep. The 4th one in his...
Down towards the tunnel turn. This is the last real crucial turn that he has to go through. Very smooth, low line through there. Picks the throttle up, out towards the outside wall. Couldn't have asked for any better.
In pursuit, Jarrett behind, running for 2nd spot, but he'll take a big jump at the points with the effort he's made. Final turn, final time. Down he comes. Checkers are out, and Bobby Labonte has won the Pennsylvania 500. It's a Pennsylvania sweep.
Looking for win number 3. The white flag comes out. 1 more lap to go. The interval, you can see, between 1st and 2nd, officially 1.54 seconds. Gordon is in 2nd.
I think Bobby Labonte's soft-pedaled a little bit right now.
Yeah, he can see that big check coming here before long.
3 wins in 1999 at Dover. Both races at Pocono. Bobby Labonte now in turn number 4. And the checkered flag waves. Bobby Labonte has his 4th win of 1999, his 11th career win. Here's the battle between
of the season. Bobby Labonte started 37th today. He is going to be only the 2nd time a professional starter has won in 99. Jeff Gordon did it at Loudon in July of this year. Here is Labonte. Recording his 4th Atlanta win, his 7th top 5 in 14 races.
And the rest of the Interstate team waiting with the white flag out. Bobby Labonte looking for his first Rockingham win. Coupled with his brother Terry, who's won here twice, this would be the 3rd set of brothers to win NASCAR Winston Cup races here at the Rock.
Get her in front of him. The only car he's going to have to dodge before Bobby Labonte gets to the checkered flag.
Earnhardt's 1 2/10 seconds back. Not enough time. Bobby Labonte wins at Rockingham for the first time in his 15th NASCAR win.
Bobby Labonte gets the white flag. One more tour of the 2.5-mile oval at Indianapolis.
That old man, how excited that Bobby Labonte must be inside that Interstate Batteries Pontiac.
And how nervous Jimmy Maycar and those guys must be down there on pit road. They're just saying, please, please, please come back around.
Remember last week at Pocono, 2 weeks ago, Jeremy Mayfield about this spot was leading the race, did not get back to the line in front. Had a flat tire in turn 3. Labonte does not suffer that same fate. Easily through 3 into turn 4.
He is in his 244th career start in NASCAR Winston Cup competition. But he is about to register perhaps his biggest victory of all. Bobby Labonte from Corpus Christi, Texas wins the 7th Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. The car's time. Pace car brings down as Bobby Labonte is the first car behind the pace car. And indeed, the checkered flag is going to wave. And Bobby Labonte, who started 37th, wins for the first time at Darlington in his 16th race here. It's the 3rd win for him in 2000.
His way up through the traffic faster than Stewart or Rudd, who also got pinned back there with him. Good. Now he's 1 lap from victory lane. White flag is down for Bobby Labonte. Pontiac has not won here at Charlotte since 1990, when Rusty Wallace did it. This man has finished second the last 3 straight times here. Final corners for Bobby Labonte. Try to win a championship the best way you can. You get the most points by winning the race. Checkered flag is up. Bobby Labonte wins at Charlotte. Joe Gibbs, Norm Miller.
White flag. Final lap for Bobby Labonte. We'll see who makes it on fuel. We'll see if anybody runs out. 2 miles to go.
The Joe Gibbs cars, Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, they've always gotten great fuel mileage.
Dave Blaney's on pit road for fuel on the final lap. And speeding. He'll get held for 15 seconds. Second corner, half a lap to go. Bobby Labonte, the defending NASCAR Winston Cup champion, has not had a very good year. His best finish, 1 second-place run in the 2nd race of the season. He started today's race in the 11th spot. He passes Dale Earnhardt Jr. with 2 laps to go, and Bobby Labonte wins the Pennsylvania 500.
Fluctuating back and forth.
No pressure behind.
White flag is up. Final lap here at Atlanta for the Napa 500. Jerry Nadeau up on Bobby Labonte by 4.3 seconds. A little farther along, and even if it runs out, he could coast it home. He's wiggling the car. The fuel pressure's low. Does Labonte have time to catch him? The leader's off the pace. Where's the green car? Here he comes. Here comes Bobby Labonte. Is he going to have enough time? Off the final corner. Nadeau's going to lose the race. Bobby Labonte is the winner. There's your drama. Wow. Jerry Nadeau runs out of gas a half a lap from the checkered.
Jeff Burton around the outside of Kurt Busch picks up a position. Trouble. 55's around. Hamilton spins and catches Kyle Petty. And Johnny Benson nowhere to go. No caution yet.
There's got to be a caution.
There it is. Caution is out. Caution is out. They'll be coming to the white flag. And it'll be over because Bobby Labonte will take the white and the caution flag together and then roll around to the checker.
At Kenseth, Tony Stewart, Dale Jarrett, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd.
Bobby Labonte has never won. Place. White flag over the Interstate Batteries MBNA Pontiac of Bobby Labonte, looking for his 6th Atlanta victory.
He's just strolling away on these boys now. He's got him about a 20-car length advantage headed off into turn 3. No lap traffic, clear racetrack.
Off turn 4 and still running laps just above 31 seconds. Here he comes. Bobby Labonte scores his 20th career victory in the Bass Pro Shops MB&A.
Long dry spell ended last Sunday at Rockingham. He won at Indianapolis in August of 2002. And it was about a year and 3 months before he pulled off the win at the Rock last weekend. Now he's going to make it 2 in a row to bring down the 2003 season.
Oh, look at that. Is he on the flat?
On the last lap. The last lap, he must have a flat tire.
Bobby Labonte's by.
Can you believe that?
Elliott is off the pace. Never give up.
Watch out, Bill.
Fatback McSwain is going to get to do a victory dance for us. Last lap drama at Homestead. Bobby Labonte wins the Ford 400.
It is never over till it's over.
Got a good cushion.
Kyle Busch has never had a top 10 finish at Atlanta.
Boy,
in Sprint Cup racing.
Oh my gosh, get off the back of him, man. Come on, guy. I don't know exactly what was going on there, but
Patience Heck.
Well,
Coming to the checkers over here.
that's a Toyota and a Toyota. I think I would have asked for a little help there if it had been me.
That was Kyle Busch that said coming to the checkers over here.
For the first time in Sprint Cup racing since 1954.
Come on, folks, kick my hand.
Foreign nameplates going to victory lane. Wild Thing wins.
Yes,
Kyle Busch wins the Cobalt Tools 500.
Good job.
Flag. 1 lap to go. Kyle and trouble. A spin in the Trial Michael McDowell has spun. The white flag is out.
No caution. If he can get out of the racetrack, we shouldn't have a caution.
Kyle Busch
still leading. Oh,
trouble. A big one.
Much worse.
Turn 2.
48.
Keep rolling.
We still are not cautioned. Caution is out. They got cars out. We got to stop.
That's ours.
That's it. You can't. The race is over
because we took the white flag.
We're in the white flag lap.
I still feel like he's pushing the envelope too hard, running side by side with that car. It doesn't mean the same to me, and I'm biting my fingernails off. I know that.
Go in there. There you go.
There you go. Last 4 races for Kyle Busch. Victory lane at Talladega. 2nd at Richmond. Win at Darlington. 3rd at Lowe's Motor Speedway. What a season. Here he comes. Kyle Busch and Joe Gibbs Racing tame the Monster Mile. And there he goes. Awesome job.
Elite 5.
Elliott Sadler has moved out of the racing line and cars are passing him. He's dropped to 14th.
You know, it made it a lap. When a tire's flat like that, it builds up so much heat in it. It just begins to come apart, and he's just got to. He's trying to just give as much as he can. But hats off to Elliott Sadler. But look at this car. This guy is not. He has not missed his mark all day long. Just like Marty and those guys spoke earlier. He has been right on message, right on spot. He's taken it easy this last couple of laps. You saw him. He really cut that corner tight just to get it in there and not wash out.
And the car's been consistent. The most consistent car out there all day. And this is a strong comeback for this team. Kyle had 7 top 10s in a row, including 3 wins before finishing 43rd at Pocono and 13th at Michigan. A lot of talk that maybe this team had lost its edge. They had good strategy, a little luck, a solid driver, and a good run. 2 more turns for Kyle Busch. Through 11. Then a left-hander 12.
You boys are number 1.
Checkered flag in the air for Kyle Busch. He wins at Sonoma.
And 29's lurking right there behind him.
White flag in the air, last lap.
That was good stuff. That was great race right there. You think Kyle Busch doesn't want to win races? No kidding.
Here comes Harvick.
He wanted that thing.
Keep taking.
Here comes Jimmy Johnson back on the outside.
Oh, he'll drive it in deep going into 3. He's got one more shot.
Jimmy got that run down the backstretch.
Here it comes. Oh, and he did drive it in deep, but he got no place to go with it.
But he gets in, and you see the car skate up the racetrack. That's a typical aero push.
Oh, man, that 48's loose.
Off of turn 4, Kyle Busch sweeps at Chicagoland. His
Move on Tony going into 1.
Here it is. White flag.
Don't they
think he's close enough to make the move this time, but the thing that Marcus doesn't want to happen is for Tony to slow him down enough that Juan Pablo can get to his back bumper.
Looking on the inside. Now, Ambrose is really good in the S's, and coming out of the S's is where Tony Stewart, the 20 car, struggled a moment ago. Although Tony now pulls him a little bit this time by. Trouble, Jeff Gordon involved. There's Sam Hornish.
Like Gordon's been around backwards. That's why that roof flap is up.
Just drove it in there a little too hard. He didn't hold it there.
Gordon back in 25th position. Rudeman trying to get by him. Here is the final lap for Kyle Busch, trying to come down to get his 8th win in 2008. Ambrose now has Montoya right on his rear bumper for 3rd spot. Will Montoya make a move in 10? Ambrose covers a spot. One more turn for the battle for 3rd. Kyle Busch will come down out of turn 11 and take the checkered flag. Tony Stewart is 2nd. And 3rd spot, what a performance by Marcus
White with 1 to go. Carl Edwards loses the engine, and the battle is for 2nd in turn 1.
And they are side by side. Boyer to the bottom. The fight's for 2nd.
I believe Boyer's got it this time. Clear him up, clear him up.
Get up there.
Get up there, attaboy.
Edwards to the apron and out of it. Here comes Kyle Busch and the M&M's Toyota. He qualified on the pole. He had to start the race in the back. And Wild Thing is going to win again.
Yeah,
in his
baby.
hometown.
Welcome to Victory
Las
Lane.
Vegas.
One more time. Be close. But he's pulling away ever so slightly. White flag's in the air.
And it's Johnson to the outside of Hamlin.
Now that could be big.
Hamlin is going to have to deal with Jimmy.
You're fine, bud.
Rudeman gets bumped by Boyer. And here we come to the flag, and Wild Thing, Kyle Busch, dominates in Bristol. Screen with coming to 1 to go.
All right, man, here it is.
White flag.
Flag. Never thought I'd hear you say such a sweet thing.
Yeah, he did not want to hear yellow flag.
Happy birthday.
I'll say just bring her on home. Got to go round 3 and 4 here. Don't ever count you. All you chickens.
Oh, man. Addington, what a call, buddy.
Light the candles and cut the cake. Kyle Busch joins Cale Yarborough as NASCAR's only Sprint Cup winners on their birthday.
Yeah, baby. Cut the
Hard into turn 3.
Coming
He likes that outside. Mark's going to have to really get a bite. I think he's going to have to hit him, guys, if he's going to win this.
One more.
White flag here. Mark Martin on the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch by 1 car length. Ambrose back in
Gets in
3rd.
behind him. Is he going to try to get to this bumper?
And out of turn 4, Kyle Busch will win it at Bristol, Tennessee.
Wow, Marcus Ambrose in 3rd. Great run for him.
Kyle Busch gets the white flag. It's his race to lose, and the fight is for 2nd and for 5th.
And for 9th and for 10th.
These guys are going to be side by side. It looks like all the way back to the start-finish line. Gordon actually clears him here. Goes hard at the end.
I am so proud of you.
That's Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch wins the Heath Calhoun 400. Gordon, Harvick, Burton, Edwards, Montoya, Truex, and
Jimmy Johnson wrecks. Clint Boyer wrecks coming across the line.
They're wrecking more.
that's Robbie Gordon. He didn't really wreck. He just battled for 7.
And here it is.
White flag in the air for Kyle Busch.
I've never seen a flag so pretty.
It's got to be dying in there, man. He's got to be exhausted. He's got to be.
Kenseth 8 seconds back. Hamlin 8.5. Rudeman 9. He unplugged his radio, plugged it back in, got back in communication with the crew.
Beautifully done, guys.
And in his 198th start, Kyle Busch scores his 18th Sprint Cup victory.
In the 18th, and here we go. The final lap. It will be his 19th win in his 210th start, his 3rd win of 2010, his 4th Bristol win.
What a weekend.
You heard him say it. What a weekend. You're about to see history. The first man ever to sweep all 3 Touring Series.
Baby, oh yeah.
Kyle Busch.
David, no bushwhackers today, boys.
White flag for the M&M's Toyota.
Sweep it again, baby. Sweep it
turn 4.
White flag is coming out. White flag's in the air.
One more time around.
Bring it home, bud.
3/4 of a mile to go for Kyle Busch. Lap cars may not be a factor. Paul Menard ahead. Tony Stewart ahead.
Championship caliber win right there, boys.
Kyle Busch off the 4th corner and three-peats the spring race at Richmond.
Very impressive.
Happy birthday.
Here's the race lead. Johnson and Rudeman right in his hip pocket. Kyle Busch has been strong all night long.
This is, as you look back, here's Carl Edwards up here. There's Jeff Gordon right behind these guys. These guys have come from nowhere to be in this race.
And Kyle Busch going to be the first to put his name on the trophy at Kentucky. He leads coming to the checkers.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes. Woo! Yeah, baby. Good job, David Rudeman. Woo-hoo! Way to go, Dave Rogers.
White flag.
White flag.
Next flag ends the race. Kyle Busch, 5 car lengths on Jimmy Johnson. Here's Mark Martin looking to the outside.
Jeff Gordon struggling off of turn 2 there. Might give up another spot here.
That's Ryan Newman with tires.
With a sense of urgency.
Nick Keselowski trying to make a run on the inside.
Jamie McMurray scraping the wall as the field comes off the final corner. Kyle Busch, for the 4th time this year and the first time in Michigan, is going to take the checkered flag.
White flag in the air.
Last night he went to victory lane as a car owner with his older brother driving. Tonight, Kyle Busch scores his 24th career victory, 4 in a row for the spring Richmond race.
You know what I do?
Weekend. Good job.
Joey got loose. He got a little sideways off the floor.
There you go.
Hamlin gave him a shot. 1 to go.
Outside, barely. Outside.
Hamlin there. Logano to the bottom, trying to hold his ground.
That's going to be tough, though. But he's been running good on the bottom. If he can just clear Hamlin right there.
No way. He's going to lose his momentum. They're going to touch hard. Are they going to make it?
Neck and neck.
Down the back, side by side.
Kyle Busch closing in.
Watch out for the 3rd place car, Kyle Busch. He's looking.
Hamlin edges ahead. They get it. They touch. They touch, and here comes Kyle. Hamlin, Logano on the wall. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch wins in California.
I thought they'd be nice to each other. They weren't. It's not over. Truex made a big gain that time because of these lap cars.
He cut a 3rd out of Busch's lead.
He's there. He's going to get up there to him.
Final lap.
He won't get to you. 10 back. All good here. Hit your mark. Bring a checker.
Lap car way to the inside. And Kyle Busch, driving Joe Gibbs Toyota, rounds out the corner and joins the group. Ned Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, Casey Kane. Kyle Busch wins his 300th career start.
From the pole, led the most laps with a new track record.
Keselowski's closed a little bit of that gap that Kyle Busch pulled on that restart.
White flag here. One more, bud.
Final lap.
Hit your marks. Everything out front.
They'll have one more run at him here up to the inner loop. I don't know if he can get to him or not.
Got a good run up the hill. Keselowski trying to close.
Can he get to that bumper?
If he can, he's going to use it.
He's there. Pretty good run run off the corner there by the 18. Kyle's going to have to be perfect the last 2 corners.
Coming to the checkers, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Truex lurking if something happens.
One more shot to get to the bumper.
Try the outside. Almost spins himself out trying to get to the bumper. The one that got away comes back to Kyle Busch. He wins at Watkins Glen. Now he's coming to the white flag. We're 1 lap from the finish in Atlanta.
White flag, still 15. We'll get you. Hit your mark.
Kyle says, historically, I've struggled at this track. I've been fast for 5 to 8 laps, and then I've had trouble. That's what we need to do to get better. Well, tonight, they struggled for maybe 200 laps.
Quite a few.
But they pulled it together when it counted most. He'll lock in a place in the chase with a win in Atlanta. Kyle Busch takes the checkered flag tonight.
42 car. I mean, he's watching this action.
And this is the same position Kyle Busch was in a year ago with Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano battling for the lead.
White flag. Landon Castle bounced off the wall, goes to pit road. Here we go.
Through the middle.
Kyle Busch looked at the middle, now looks to the
Here
bottom.
comes Larson off turn 2. Larson's got to run down the back.
Can he win 2 days in a row?
The rookie.
Can he battle Kyle Busch 2 days in a row?
He battled him yesterday and beat him.
Here he comes. Diving to the inside. Kyle took the block. He blocked him.
It's the Kyle and Kyle show off turn 4.
How many times have we seen this? This is like 4 or 5 times these two guys have battled each other for the victory.
Busch the veteran, Larson the rookie. Kyle Busch wins California.
Woo! 2 years in a row for
flag. 1 lap to go. Track is clear. McDowell has pulled off.
All that Kyle Busch needs to do right now is not make a mistake. There's Samantha, his wife. They just had their new baby. I mean, this is a big, big, big day for this team.
This would be a big day for Adam Stevens. Took the job as the crew chief for Kyle Busch this year. It would be his first win as a Sprint Cup Series.
Yeah, they worked together in the Xfinity Series. They really looked forward to this year being together. Thought they were going to be able to do some great things, and today they've proven it.
Last time to turn 7.
I mean, you have to admit, this is an incredible accomplishment for this young man. To come out of the hospital, get back in his car. He won the Xfinity race in Michigan, and here he is. He's going to drive this thing into victory circle here on a road course where people thought it might be his Achilles heel.
Kurt closes the gap, 4-5 car lengths. As Kurt wobbles off turn 10. One last chance at turn 11.
Watch his 4 and the 15 back there. They got a pretty good battle going on for third.
And off the final turn. No crutches necessary. Kyle Busch wins at Sonoma. And for the first time in Sprint Cup history, the Busch brothers finish 1-2.
He wants to let him know where to run.
47, 23 next to 23 at bottom, coming back no matter what.
1 lap to go for Kyle Busch. After the accident at Daytona in the Xfinity race, a broken leg and a broken foot, he was able to bounce back, win in the Xfinity Series, got a win 2 weeks back at Sonoma at the road course. Will he get his second win of 2015 coming out of turn number 4? Kyle Busch is going to win at Kentucky.
Awesome job. Awesome job. Adam, you guys are awesome.
To get into the chase. White flag in the air. The distance between 1 and 2, a second and a half. And the 7 into the wall. Alex Bowman is going to hit the wall. The white flag was displayed to the 18 of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch will win at New Hampshire. 3 out of the last 4 races, Kyle Busch has won. What a rebound he has made on his season.
It's incredible what he's been able to do since his injury. His team stayed together without him being there. Just an incredible job by everybody involved. The throttle. You can hear how much throttle he was able to stay in. That was unbelievable. If he can do that, he'll be hard to beat.
White flag in the air. One more time around the Brickyard.
One back here. Watch him.
A flawless turn number 1 through the short chute and into 2.
He's got a big lead. Kyle Busch looking to make the sweep. A little debris on the front. It's not going to matter. He's going to go as hard as he can.
That's only going to help at this point. That's more downforce. They don't care about temps. 2 more good corners for Kyle Busch.
Into 3. The gap closed just a bit by Joey Logano. Right back into the gas through the short chute. Into turn 4. Now all Kyle Busch is going to see will be the flag stand. Fans on either side. Kyle Busch is going to add his name to the illustrious list of Brickyard 400 winners. Flag will go in the air.
White flag coming back no matter what by 20.
One more time around. Kyle Busch missed the first 11 races of the season with a broken leg and a broken foot after an accident at Daytona.
It's by 20.
Down the backstretch. His closest competitor, just a dot in the rearview mirror. Through 3 and 4. No one has battled through as much pain and had as much perseverance as 30-year-old Kyle Busch. Tonight he earns his first Cup title. Kyle Busch, the 2015 NASCAR Sprint Cup champion.
Oh my God! Look at me, Kyle Busch, I've never seen anything like it. Thank you so much. Thanks, team. Great job! Adam Stevens.
Attaboy, guys. Proud of every one of you. Thank you.
Kyle Busch, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Larson has the fresh tires, but he's a 2.5 seconds back. Too far. And for the first time ever in a track that has bedeviled him, Kyle Busch completes the weekend sweep and wins in Martinsville.
Get the old broom out, boys.
I believe that's the 6th time he's done that.
Flag in the air, 1 to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Call in the dogs, boys. Turn out the lights.
Kyle Busch going to come around to lead his 34th lap. And score his 36th career win. Kyle Busch wins the Duck Commander 500. Seconds. White flag waves. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
I think he's going to be in as much disbelief over this win as anything else, just because of this track and what it's done to him over the years, how hard it's been on him.
4 DNFs at Kansas coming in tonight. It's his 17th start here. Never has he finished better than 3rd at Kansas. Kyle Busch, 37 victories.
One more by 10. They'll get Dyson here again. Coming back no matter what. No worries. Hit your mark.
They spread out as they come by the grandstands. 1 lap to go. The question now, do they have enough fuel to go all the way around? Through 1 and 2. Kyle Busch way out front. Kyle Busch, after winning the championship in 2015, many wondered if he could finish races, if he could win the championship. He showed everyone a year ago he could do just that. Now he'll get through 4 for the final time at the Brickyard in a racetrack that makes legends. Kyle Busch has been legendary today. Kyle Busch, back-to-back, wins at the Brickyard.
Woo! Let's get some skills on the bricks, boys! Yes! Way to go, team!
The 18 team has had adversity and bad luck and problems as they got close to the finish of a race when they weren't able to finish and capitalize on a great car. Less than 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. He makes it through turn 1. Kyle Busch now with almost a 6-second lead over Kevin Harvick. And you mentioned it, DJ. This team, it has been a team effort putting together a great car at the right time. They won stage 1. They battled back. They used pit strategy. They stayed out on the racetrack as long as they could with just 25 laps to go left in the race. They came to pit road to put on 4 fresh tires. It has paid off. Kyle Busch continues to be the fastest on the racetrack, and more importantly, Kyle Busch is going to win at Pocono. First win, the 18 of Kyle Busch, with 1 lap to go, looking for his 40th Cup Series win. Down the backstretch for the final time, Kyle Busch, get out the broom. You just swept at Bristol.
Yeah! Take that!
See the white flag. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. What a run for the 18 team, and Kyle Busch started the weekend off on Friday, winning the pole convincingly again for the 2nd week in a row in the playoffs. And now putting together another great race. It was advantageous that he was able to get by the wreck on the backstretch to get the stage 2 win, but now he's held off the competition. Kyle Busch is going to win in the Granite State.
Yeah! Way to go, team!
Here comes the 18 on the outside. Chase Elliott trying to hold on the bottom. The momentum on the high side. Kyle Busch is going to pass him for the lead. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Kyle Busch, earlier in the race, had led 29 laps. But as he goes by the 24, Kyle Busch looking to get back to victory lane. He makes his way out of turn 4. Kyle Busch is going to win at Dover. Now here comes Boyer fighting back on the inside. A little bump there out of the 18. Side by side as they come back to the stripe. White flag in the air. Kyle Busch on the inside. Kyle Busch up the racetrack. He moves the 11 up. Here comes the 78 of Truex Jr. into the final turns. Martin Truex Jr. has never won on a short track. As he comes out of 4, it's a drag race. They wreck behind him. Kyle Busch will win.
Yes, sir. Checker.
Big wreck on the front stretch.
Close. The white flag waves. 1 to go. Sponsor.
Head-to-head with Kevin Harvick. We've got it right here with Kyle Busch.
Four straight finishes of 2nd or 3rd, everything but a W. Today, Kyle Busch wins in Texas for Joe Gibbs and Toyota. 1 lap to go.
You can see that's where the 18 gains on Larson. He just squirts up off that corner. Larson gains on him getting into the corner.
He dive bombed her in there, but not enough. Too little, too late.
Kyle Busch wins Bristol. His 45th career win. 2 in a row.
Oh my gosh.
Johnson moves down 3 wide again, back at 6th place. What a recovery for the 48 tonight.
They'll never make it off turn 2.
I can't believe we're going to talk
somehow
about
they
Kyle
did.
Busch going
They
for
did.
3 in a row. I didn't see this happening when this race started.
They'll never
A
make it off turn
three-peat from 32nd. Kyle Busch wins Richmond. Everybody makes it across the line. The clutches of Jimmy Johnson, who is the first Chevrolet in the race. White flag. Coming around to lead his 377th lap of the race. To take home his 47th career win. The Candyman comes. Kyle Busch gets it done at Charlotte. He has now won everywhere.
Yes. You guys are amazing.
Presented by Credit One Bank. And there's the gap between 1 and 2. Kyle Busch. And here comes Larson. Larson to the bottom of the track.
Slide job.
Trying to take the lead away.
Slide job. Almost.
The momentum. The 18. They make contact. The 18 into the wall. They're side by side again. Going into 3 for the lead. Larson has the advantage. Here comes the 18. He puts the bumper to the back of him. The 18 into the wall. The 42 sideways.
Where's Harvick?
Here comes the 18. Kyle Busch will win.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my man. What a race. What a great race.
That's what it means to win in the Monster. One more time around. Successfully through one. Kyle Busch a week ago out front at New Hampshire battling against Kevin Harvick. Harvick thought he had the better car. Decided he'd move the 18 out of the way with 6 laps to go. Kyle Busch not letting anyone near him on these final laps. He has checked out as he goes down Long Pond straightaway for the final time, entering turn 3. A year ago, he ended a winless streak that had been 36 races. Now, as he comes out onto the front stretch, Kyle Busch is going to win at Pocono again. Kyle Busch was able to clear Brad Keselowski. He has not allowed anyone to get close to him. Final lap from Richmond Raceway. Kyle Busch looking for his 50th career win in the Monster Energy Cup Series. And more importantly, the ticket to the second round. Kyle Busch is going to sweep the Richmond races.
Hell yeah. Richmond sweep, boys. That's the way you do it right there.
Busch coming out, we'll see the white flag. One lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Kyle Busch looking for his 8th win of 2018. One of the best in NASCAR, looking for another shot at the championship. Kyle Busch through 3 and 4 for the final time. Kyle Busch is going to win in the desert.
In the fuel cell that has a secondary electric fuel pump, they know exactly how much fuel is in that box and how far they can run.
The white flag's waved. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Truex has it down to 1.4. And here comes the Candyman. 52nd career Cup victory for Kyle Busch, Toyota, and Joe Gibbs Racing.
Get out the broom, boys.
One Bank for Kyle Busch, 2.4 ahead of Joey Logano.
So you got the white flag. Now all you want to do is see clear sailing in front of you, no lap cars, keep it out of the wall, make sure nothing else goes wrong, no vibrations.
And you got a 2.5 second lead. Use it.
This might be the slowest lap that Kyle Busch runs all day.
It would be for me, I know that.
Quarter. I'm doing their very bottom.
Between 3 and 4 and headed for home. Kyle Busch in his Joe Gibbs Toyota is going to win his 53rd race in the Cup Series and hit his magic number 200 in Southern California.
Awesome race car. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Can you imagine if I could have gotten Vegas and yesterday? How many in a row? How many?
There's the white flag. 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Logano a distant third. Blaney and Hamlin fighting for 4th, side by side. Menard, Boyer, Suarez. Kurt Busch, 54th career win for Kyle Busch. Kurt Busch second.
They're laying in a couple laps.
The white flag waves over Kyle Busch. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
1.9.
That's the gap to Keselowski.
Well, I mean, to me, these guys have put together a pretty flawless day. I mean, they lost some track position, but otherwise they have been flawless throughout this day.
I just think a lot of the experience that Kyle has in the trucks and in the Xfinity cars, and with this engine package where you got to stay in the throttle, that's the way those other vehicles are. I think it really pays off for him.
Last lap by, he was still the fastest car on the racetrack by 0.5 of a second over Brad Keselowski. Kyle Busch for Toyota and Joe Gibbs Racing wins the Pocono 400, his 55th career
Time wins list for NASCAR. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. One more time around. And Kyle Busch, you see him even as wide as the camera shot got there. Nobody around him. What a performance he has put on this evening. 119 laps have been led. Kyle Busch, he's the winningest driver of the decade, and now he is joining elite company. Kyle Busch is going to win his 2nd Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series championship.
Awesome, boys. Awesome year. Thank you, boys. Oh, 2-timer out there. Proud of you, buddy. Way to stick with it. Great job, guys.
Pass for the win.
Use what you can. Then 13 to be
1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. One more time around. Can Kyle Busch finally get off his winless streak? The last win Kyle Busch had was when he won the championship at the end of the year.
6. So good, 6.
Did he save enough fuel through 3 and 4 for the final time down to the bottom of the racetrack? He has done it. He saved enough fuel. Kyle Busch wins at Texas.
One Bank, we do.
Boy, Brad Keselowski got a huge push, but slides up the racetrack in front of Chase Elliott.
Better get up higher. Chase gets blocked. Nowhere to go. Brad was there.
Kevin Harvick comes to 2nd. We said it. You never know. That's why you never give up in this sport.
All right, birthday candles versus new tires. Here they come off turn 4 for the win. For the first time this year, Kyle Busch goes to victory lane. He wins the Bushy McBusch race 400.
Going to the outside.
Here we go.
Kyle Busch needs to back it way up. 11's coming to pit road, so Kyle Busch now takes over the lead, taking the white flag.
One more white flag.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Does he have 2.5 miles of fuel?
Jeff, you mentioned it, pitted 1 lap later. Could that be the difference? We will see if he can finish this lap.
Saving.
This lap can be really slow.
7.5 seconds in front right now of Kyle Larson. Larson. Slow.
Chastain's out.
Chastain,
yep. Up in the middle of turn 1. Kurt Busch is on pit road.
Kurt Busch ran out. Can Kyle Busch find the fuel for a half a lap at Pocono?
Max saving. Mid-long pond.
Now he's 8 seconds in front of Larson and still under power. Kyle Busch, what a day he's had. Can he make it all the way?
Max. Still out. We got it.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Busch is going to win at Pocono.
Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Here it comes.
Back white flag. Still inside.
One chance.
He lost his nose a little bit on the 8. He's right on him.
He's there. This
Will he go
big.
for a slide job?
He's
This is
gonna
it.
slide job
There
him
it
right
goes.
there. He goes.
Win for it.
Down to the bottom, slides up into him. Who's going to save it? Neither one. They both spin out.
Kyle Busch.
And Kyle Busch
is going to win
barely. Steals one.
Holy cow. Tyler Reddick. Oh.